Yo, what up, my people? It's your boy Humble Smith, the Osinachi, one of Africa, the Golden Prince of Africa. Enter is Rep One, Enter is Finance, the Mr. Focus. You already know you're watching Wotzup on TV. If you don't know what's up, you know nothing.
So John Paparella is my name, and you're still checking out a very fresh edition of Wotzup on TV. Okay, I did mention earlier that we had a very, very interesting personality in the house today as our guest. He's my brother. You know, but besides being my brother, this is one man that I have so much admiration for. He has my utmost respect. He's a man, you know, but most people really do not know this, okay? He's sensational. He has impacted the world with his own thing, with his uniqueness. Ladies and gentlemen, I can go on and on with this introduction, but let me just introduce my guest on the show. He's none other than the man himself,
Greatest of the greatest of the greatest Gregorians. Up school. Upgrade.
If you don't know, now you know. We talked about fashion. I know these days you're doing a lot of, besides hosting events.
True.
You also have a couple of TV shows lined up. We
Yes.
saw the lip sync battle. Saw the first season.
You watched?
Yes,
so Zidon, you watched me on TV.
Yes, I did.
Zidon watches me on TV. That's a plus to my portfolio and my CV. Hallelujah. Ha! Do you know I've been watching Zidon since now?
Anyways, so I actually saw an episode. I really loved it. But I understand that you guys are working on a new season.
Yes.
Are you shooting or you already done shooting?
No, we're going to start shooting. Now we're compiling a list of, you know, the very interesting personalities we can have on the show, the angles at which we can bring all that drama, intrigue, fun. Because you see, the Lip Sync Battle Africa show is a show where we want all our celebrities to be super excited and then be super silly about being super fun. Don't come, because, you know, at the point when some of them come to be a bit nervous, like, what daily, are you sure? I'm like, you know what, just go all out, have a blast. Just, you know, have fun. Just think of those days when we used to mind in secondary school. You remember now? When we used to do all our Tupac, California Love, Backstreet Boys,
Dr. Dre.
We will go down memory lane with this, you know. And I mean, just imagine those days, replicate them, leave them out again on stage. But you know, on a more fun stage with a crowd, you know, an appreciative audience. So yes, we're putting together how, you know, the structure will be this season. We're going to add more drama, more praise, more props. Now that's what they do now. And I mean, we are not shooting in Nigeria, so we go to the south of the Africa to shoot. Yes. So when Zidon is coming all expense paid to come and battle Nasty C.
We look forward to that. Anyway, let's talk about your personal life now.
Yeah.
A lot of people have always been concerned. You know, there are always there's been a big controversy as regards your sexuality. Yes. People have always wondered, is Denrele gay? Does he even have a girlfriend? Sometimes we're in the midst of guys, we're in the midst of girls. So tell us about your personal life. Who is this special woman in your life? Or if there's a special guy, tell us. So no talk, I'm going to no go 16 years. If not, guy, just stop me now.
Me, I'm an open book, so I don't have anything to hide.
So who is this girl? Who is this special girl? Well, I'm going to ask you about something later, but let's just do this first.
Well, you know, truth be told, it was something that I sat back yesterday and I was thinking about. I didn't know Zidon even know my story. See, Zidon know me rich house. Now, there was somebody who I was very involved with, and I use the word very because I just thought that my life started and ended with this person. But she's married now with twins. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. The famous Titi Fanta, Titi of Wake Up Nigeria, Inspiration FM. My husband is my good friend. I was like Titi's very first boyfriend, if you understand what I mean. Then she was in Last Protect. I was getting out of Unilag. So I thought, I knew in my head I'd found the person, but I didn't know what just happened. It's just, I've not been very lucky. It's annoying because in my head of heads and my heart of hearts, I know I'm a good person. I've just not been lucky. You see, the last one I got out of, I was with the rudest and most disrespectful person I'd ever. And it takes a lot to be really rude and disrespectful to me because I am naturally not rude. I don't even know how to be rude or disrespectful. So I went through, and then this person was also involved with a lot of my friends. It was just really one kind, which is natural. They happen like that. We learn. But everybody said to me, this person is not good for you. I thought I could change this person. But then the day I woke up one day and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Oma, you better take a hike and go and jump over Third Mainland Bridge. You and I are not meant to be. So I've not really been lucky. Right now, I'm just, flying solo, Still searching, ready to mingle, not married. I know everywhere I go, they ask me, really, when will you marry? And it's crazy because my birthday is in a few weeks, and Zidon, Zidon is already arranged in that. So because coming from the same timeline and frequency, everybody expects I really should have married. Come on, what is going on? But I know it will happen when it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah, it will happen. So I'm flying solo right now.
So really, speaking further as regards your relationship, I remember last year there was a rumor that you were about getting married. You were engaged to somebody. What's her name again? Shuledi.
Hey,
Shuledi. Shuledi. I know Shuledi personally. Shuledi is like my kid sister and my spouse. So I was excited about it, but we didn't hear anything about it. What happened? You guys never made it to.
We should just open the matter now. Live and direct, exclusive on Zidon shows WhatsApp. We are on WhatsApping right now. The WhatsApp of the matter is that we were never in any relationship.
Lord have mercy.
That's the honest truth. Shuledi was signed to a record label that was owned by a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
Yes, and this was somebody who approached me and said, actually, this lady in question, her brother-in-law,
okay,
a top model, was one of the people we used to model with back in the day. Was one who came to me and said, I would like you to meet my sister-in-law. So I went through, met her, and then we just clicked immediately. And she said, she's new in this music thing, but she's got an artist who she believes so much in. She spends money, but she's been spending it the wrong way. People have been coming to siphon her back to back. And I said, you know what, I will do damage control. And then and there she presented me to Shuledi. And I loved Shuledi's energy. I loved her craft. Shuledi traveled with me everywhere. We went, just name it, we were everywhere. And then, of course, people started to concoct, a budding relationship / leading into marriage kind of stuff. And I asked her, I said, are you fine with her? She didn't mind, she wanted to go with the flow. He put her on the news,
yes, it
did shatter all the headlines. And I said, you know what, we'll just go with the flow. So I wouldn't say it was a publicity stunt because it wasn't something that we sat down to concoct. It just happened. People just saw us together, and we were actually at a party, where the record label owner, her name was Tina. Tina's sister, where had a party at Rumors in Ikeja, and then Shuledi and I were photographed together. We were dancing, we were having so much fun, and then that picture just went viral, and everyone just assumed there was something going on. And I said, you know what, we will not deny it or come out and say anything. Just leave it as it is. So for every show that I got billed for to perform or host in and out of Lagos, Nigeria, everywhere, Africa, I just always insisted that, Shuledi had to come with me. And they just thought, he wants his girlfriend around. So yes, we just managed. We're like a formidable force, dynamic duo. Yes. We're just, she would perform, and I loved her work. It was just a pity that we never got to shoot the video for that song that we're pushing, which, caught up so well. People loved, Shuledi was also introduced into my own circle. So everybody was like, this girl, we love her, But then, these relationships just went sour. I haven't seen or spoken to Shuledi in a very long time. I would love to reach out to her. That's so true. I must, DM her one of these days.
Okay, maybe you should do that.
I must, actually.
Now, we don't remind you now of her. Denrele, what is your final word? These days, it has been trending recently, the clampdown on internet fraudsters and the young men who will not do anything or try to earn an honest living yet want to have the best things in life. What is your advice for them?
Well, first off, I would say this because I was talking about our generation that transitioned into social media, and I feel that I was talking about our generation that transitioned into social media. And the birth of the internet and social media has given way to, all of these scams and schemes that we're hearing about right now. There was nothing like that during our time. It was all about work hard, and just make a living for yourself and put food on your table. Now, right now, we have discovered that your job, as they say, is what puts food on your table, but your work is what feeds your generation. Yes. Right now, people are just doing jobs that is putting food on their table. Nobody's looking at the long run. And I'm not going to deny that I don't have friends who do all of these schemes and scams. But then it's just frustrating that the way they splurge this money, they splurge it anyhow. And I think now that they're clamping down on them, it's a good and a bad thing, because people have come and they started pointing fingers, everyone is outraged, but because I come from a very legit background, and I just feel I believe in working hard, working smart as well, but I'm more of a hard worker, and because we're artistic people, we're more artistically inclined and money oriented.
Yes.
So I'm these things about like vanity and all that, it really doesn't get to me, because I just feel it's vanity, all of these materialistic things. But I feel that our young people need to be actively engaged. It's not, we can't start doing an orientation for everybody, because it's a total waste of time and a total waste of resources and money. Now we just need to engage. We need to start right now from primary schools. We need to start engaging young minds, because a lot of young people who they want to do showbiz, but then they're looking for a quick way. Everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants exposure, everybody wants quick money, and they're willing to do anything to get it. The area I live in, I've seen people run mad on the streets, where there was somebody who ran mad recently. I was saying that he killed his parents, killed mom, killed dad, and killed his sisters for money, and now he's trying to kill himself, but he's refusing to die. So he kept jumping on the streets, cars kept hitting him, he flew, we saw him fly from one end of the street to the other, but he didn't die. So he started confessing, and we can imagine what a lot of people's hands are not clean. A lot of hands are not clean. We are blessed for the fact that we're blessed with that spiritual insight and foresight, where we know people whose hands are not clean. But then, how do we help them? So my people, it's a thing of the mind, though. It's a thing of the mind. I'm not going to sound like a preacher. I am not a deacon. I'm not going to come and start pouring.
Well, it's okay if you sound like a preacher, because I mean, you've been through a lot, and you've had every reason to have gone the other way.
To have gone that other way,
but I didn't. To do what you're doing. So I think there's really no excuse for anybody. If you have gone through what you've gone through, and you've managed to, earn your honest keep, and you're still doing that, earning legitimately and doing things legally. I mean, I think nobody really has an excuse. We've all been through all stuff. You said you know our own story too. So we no begin sit down for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking to the unique, multi-talented, very, very extraordinary man himself, Denrele, my friend, my brother, who I'm very, very proud of. And I feel so bad that this interview has come to an end, but everything has come to an end somehow. But the show's not over yet. Stay tuned for the rest of the show. Still Wotzup on TV. Zidonic Ada Paparella, Denrele is here. Denrele, let them know your social media handle.
Very quickly, before I enter my social, I must let you know, Zidon Paparella, dynamic in delivery, exceptional in value. A man that is socially upgrading and mentally challenging. And we've come from school, so I understand.
You're welcome back. I hope you enjoy that interview. Nobody does it like we do. We bring you the freshest gist, as well as, some of the greatest celebs, that you want to hear stuff from. You want to know what is going on in their lives. You want to find out what they're doing with their careers and, the different stuff they're involved in. We'll bring them here, okay? Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy that interview. Join us for another wonderful interview session next week on Wotzup on TV. Zidon Paparella is my name, and we've come to the end of the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell somebody about it, and don't forget to say what's up to somebody. Till we come your way again, I'm out of here. Peace and love. Rah.